Hello, welcome to the evening roundup. My name is Yadira Barrios. The hustle and bustle of the city is all around us. Having choices is what we love. And now the trees, flowers, and open skies are within our grasp right here in the city. More on that story is Eduardo Balbuena.
Parks. They could be a person's morning jog or a bird watcher's paradise. Whatever the case may be for you, one thing's for certain. They're a portal to a world without skyscrapers and concrete. I'm here in Van Cortlandt Park, wondering, is this the best our city can do for nature? Can there be more green in this beautiful city of ours? One place seeks to answer those questions, and that place is the High Line. The High Line is a public park built on an abandoned subway line elevated above the streets on Manhattan's west side, bridging the natural world to our man-made one. We asked several people what their thoughts were of the High Line.
Favorite thing about the Highland, right? It's just the environment, the feeling.
All right.
You see lands mixed with man-made construction in a sense.
All right.
That's a good feeling.
I think that it beautifies the city. I think it helps with education. I think there are lots of tours that allow education on lots of different aspects of New York that go through here. So I think there are lots of benefits depending on, and then just hopefully reconnecting people to the natural world.
So I mean, the High Line definitely has its benefits of being in a very concrete area and providing green space in an area that previously didn't have it. So the plants provide, the benefits of filtering out the pollution and providing more oxygen. And it does provide some habitat for wildlife, which is good.
However, despite positive reception, it isn't always a perfect place.
So I've been close to experiences that have felt uncomfortable.
Our people that's not really there in the head, we have problems with the field, but sometimes they don't want to follow the rules. They misbehave on the park.
So I think in general there is more of a I can do whatever I want attitude when it comes to our parks, which is very unfortunate. And we have an issue where we don't have a huge amount of, parks enforcement to deal with these issues. So it's just kind of a snowball effect.
Even with those experiences, when asked if they would like to see other parks like this, they answered,
Yeah. Nature wins, right?
Yeah.
Totally. Why not?
Those desires have not gone unheard. Recently, Mayor Eric Adams has put in a $35 million investment into the construction of the Queensway, another park made from abandoned subway lines. Other cities like Chicago and Atlanta are starting to follow suit, trying to create their own elevated parks. Clearly, the story that the High Line began is far from over, and residents like these ducks will be thankful for it. This is Eduardo Balbuena, reporting for Mercy College News.
Cutting-edge technology is here to stay and becoming more advanced by the year. And with these new advancements, augmented reality can be foreseen as the future of gaming, shopping, and communication. More on this story is Jenny Fabrizio.
For the past 2 decades, technology has been rapidly advancing. As a society, we've grown accustomed to using our smartphones for, well, literally everything. But what if I told you that augmented reality is the future of mobile computing?
If people had the AR technology sort of on them, whether the glasses, some other form, it would be able to, in real time, be absorbing and recognizing stimulus in the world, things happening in the field of vision, and providing useful information about that in the same way that a phone can right now, if you use your phone in an augmented, the camera on your phone in an augmented reality way.
As of now, AR can really take the form of any number of things. For one, it could look like your standard VR headset, maybe a little smaller, but eventually, once the technology has been miniaturized enough, I think that it's going to start to look more like a typical pair of glasses, maybe even just a small earpiece or headpiece that wraps around the back of your head.
I think people are going to start using it like as a main option because it's already becoming a thing to use contactless things. So, and like, plus everybody's always dreamed of like being able to use your fingers in like in the air or something, you know? But I could see it being used for like shopping, socializing, doesn't even matter.
I think overall it represents a positive change. AR is kind of just the beginning of things, and leveraging AR and other similar technologies, I think that a lot of new opportunities are going to be opened up, and we're going to see a lot of great things happen in medical fields specifically.
So many different forms that it could take and ways that it could appear in ways that it could integrate into our life, and nobody knows what they are yet. But we know that cyberpunk has always warned us that whatever's going to happen, it's going to be cool and it's also going to be nasty. So get ready for both.
Physical phones have undoubtedly changed the way we communicate and interact with each other to this day. But augmented reality certainly has the potential to shake things up once again. While AR can become a massive improvement to society, only time will tell if its popularity will exceed that of smartphones. I am Jenny Fabrizio, reporting for Mercy News.
Now that the entertainment industry has been on the rise since the pandemic hit 2 years ago, people are watching more and more content consisting of television shows, movies, and animated projects. Creators tell us what they think the differences are between the genres. More with this story is Justin Abraham.
Over the past 130 years, creativity has come a long way. From the evolution of film and motion picture to the confounds of animation and animated imagery. I have had the opportunity to sit down with a few individuals who dabble in this subject and to see exactly where they stand when it comes to animation and live-action storytelling.
At the moment, I think the most time-consuming would be animation.
I think that both equally dependent on the project have their amounts of time that you have to spend.
It's more time-consuming to create animation storytelling than it is live-action.
Generally, I'm going to lean more towards animation as more time-consuming than live-action.
Since we are leaning towards the animation route instead of live-action, I have decided to ask the fundamentals and the process of how it's really done.
The more you have fun doing something, it's not going to feel like as time-consuming or tedious to do it. Some might take a little bit longer than others.
I definitely love, don't get me wrong, 3D animation is good, but I grew up with 2D. At the moment, the TV show is called Arcane League of Legends.
I've always been a big fan of The Witcher.
I was very taken by Alita, the Battle Angel.
2D, 100%.
For anybody who's learning animation right now, I would say make the jump to 3D once you finish 2D.
So I really, it's part of a wonderful experience to have access to both.
They are both an escape from reality. They are a great source of entertainment and creativity for many, such as art, video, photography, and draw. This has been Justin Abraham reporting live from the basement of my own home, signing off.
Fashion represents our personal self from the first American fashion show in 1903 in New York City to modern day in our own environments. Natalia Maldonado speaks to people about what fashion means to them.
Fashion, the place where everyone embraces who they are. From the 1930s, Miss Monroe to J Fashion galore. Fashion brings creativity to so many people. Magazines, fashion shows, TV shows, movies, social media, and more. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what is fashion? And what does fashion mean to you?
Fashion gives me an idea, and then fashion is kind of like represent myself.
A pure expression that I live my life by my decisions and my rules.
It's another way of showing the world who you want to be as a person. It's another way of letting the world know, like, hey, this is my personality, this is the things I'm like. And just, it's a good way to, before you even start a conversation with someone, to have an understanding of what the other person is like.
With the beauty of fashion, people usually buy their outfits from either in-store, online, or thrift stores. Some for the best quality, others for an affordable price.
Old Navy, Kohl's, Uniqlo, Tommy Hilfiger, online shopping.
Anyone can be a fashionista, and you can always find the hottest outfits that speak to you and your friends and family, of course. From my bedroom, this is Natalia Maldonado.
Holidays and other special days are a part of one's life, and there are other special celebratory days that are unique to specific cultures. Quinceañera is one of those special celebrations in a young woman's life of Hispanic culture. I have more on this story. Holidays and birthdays are a yearly occurrence. One can't help but wait in anticipation for that day to come. But it is only once you are able to have a quinceañera. Not only is it important for one's culture, but the experience overall is enjoyable.
A lot of times it's just like to show how a girl's growing and how she becomes a woman from like being 14 to 15 or like being younger.
Like once you're 15, you're like seen as a woman and like, you're grown. Not so grown, but you're grown.
It's like the culture alive, and it's like it's like a passageway. Like I know a lot of like it's like also like it's like a financial stability thing. It's showing that you can like hold like a party and like hold this event just to turn 15.
The best part was probably
the most beautiful thing was seeing them look like princesses.
Having my friends there, having you there, like having people that like care about me and like all in the same space.
Like the whole party was just like really nice. Like I liked how I went and like probably like the court. They're really nice people.
While most girls spend their entire life planning their quinceañera, everything doesn't always go according to plan.
Probably having to coordinate, like if I'm gonna have a dance, so I'm probably practicing the whole coordination of all the steps and all that. So
you just want everything to be perfect, to be like perfectly planned. Like you want everyone to do as you said, as you say. You just like everything to be really, really, really good. But at the end, it cannot happen like that. So maybe that part that you want to control everything, but you can really.
Quinceañeras are not just an excuse to throw a big party. It is an important celebration in one's culture and the coming of age of a young girl. This is Yadira Barrios reporting from Westchester County. With all the music content available to us, individual tastes can vary. Creators of some genres tell us how they feel about music and what it means to them. More in this story is Justin Abraham.
The first song that was ever created by humanity was actually created by the Sumerian culture in 14th century BCE. This took place in the Middle East roughly about 3,000 years ago. Now, in today's world, music is a part of everyday life for everybody, and genres all around in pretty much every culture has the ability to have some form of music.
I grew up listening when I first got into on my own, it was hip hop.
I think under the main umbrella of like rock music, but I love hip hop.
Well, I listen to a lot of various music genres.
But as the years went by, I listened to pop, I listened to soft rock, I listened to R&B, all type, gospel, everything.
It's likely that we all have our own personal favorite songs, favorite artists, and people that are very relatable, especially when they sing certain lyrics that touch us deeply.
One of my favorite bands is Parachute, and I really like Ben Rector as well. Just like really wholesome, like good music, good like the band type energy of really organic instruments and everything. I love that too, and well-written songs that tell a story.
The music industry is so, the music business is so frantic, and phone calls and emails and long hour days,
For anything that's like audio work or anything where I'm like have to think really in depth, kind of like people doing homework in college when they're listening to music, like I can't do that because my mind is in the music and I'm totally like playing along in my head or tapping my feet or whatever. So I'd say it definitely helps my mood.
It helps you escape. And a lot of people need that.
It overall gets us through the pain and struggle of everyday life. We are blessed to have music that could get us through all that craziness. This is Justin Abraham reporting to you from my home, signing off.
Creepy, scary, and things that go bump in the night. Halloween represents all of that, but the reality of such real-life dangers possess a different question. More in this story is me. With
Halloween right around the corner, many have made their opinions on this holiday clear.
Halloween is supposed to be about, being different and scary things and different. And when children, I feel like they celebrate that, they kind of embrace that within themselves and around their environment as well,
Because at the end of the day, it's about one's culture, and it's just a beautiful thing for them to go out.
I love Halloween. It's spooky, it's scary, everyone's dressed up, it's fun.
And I like the decorations. They're really scary, but they're just really funny. You can go to Spirit Halloween and just look at the decorations. It's really funny. While some will be sad to see this holiday go and try to enjoy it as much as they can, others can't help but feel differently.
Razor blades, people putting stuff in candy wise, because I'm really scared for children's safety and otherwise. I do want kids to be careful because I heard there's some little tiny pill, literally 1 ounce of it kills a person.
Like I said, people use it as an excuse or a way to be bad people. So it's just, I guess kids by themselves are always a new problem, especially when Halloween's supposed to be a late night activity.
It seems like many love and appreciate Halloween, but can't help but feel concerned over any potential dangers this holiday could bring. Reporting from Westchester County, this is Yadira Barrios.
Our smartphones can do a lot of things, and these days we can't imagine living life without one. There is growing concern about how people use technology and the effect it has on us. People are somewhat divided about the proper use of a smartphone. More on this story as Belzy Morales.
Over the years, technology has evolved, and cell phones are no exception. However, as technology gets better, it does present some challenges for the user.
I use it for creating media, such as taking photos and videos and documenting life and just enjoying overall its features.
Used a lot of social media apps and a few game apps.
No, it just made more sense. As times have changed, I felt like it was easier to do more.
Probably searching the internet. I like to watch television with the smartphone or watch films with the smartphone so I can look things up while I'm watching. I find it's a lot of fun to do that.
Probably to text my family because I live far away from them. So yeah, I need to catch up with my friends, my family and all that. I need to know where they are, what they're doing, what they're up to. So yeah, pretty much that.
While some praise the technology, others find it to be a distraction.
I would say it has caused trouble, when I'm in class and I'm trying to learn, but I get a text message. It can be pretty distracting.
The smartphone could be a problem when you misplace it. Then you have to find another phone to call your smartphone to find out where your smartphone is.
It seems that smartphones are here to stay. However, some people believe it can be a blessing and a nuisance at the same time. Reporting from Mercy College, this is Belzy Morales.
Cartoons have been with us since 1908 and have evolved since. They are colorful, funny, imaginative, and are not only for children. Natalia Maldonado has more on this story.
Every time you watch television, you think of the great things about TV. My personal preference for this category, cartoons.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Powerpuff Girls.
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Rick and Morty.
The Simpsons, where it's just basically each episode is a new thing, or even the Family Guy.
While between the recent and the nostalgic cartoons, many people also share their opinions about what is the most popular cartoon in this generation or in history.
Right now, I'm gonna go with Rick and Morty or one of the ones on Adult Swim.
I think SpongeBob.
The Owl House.
The Simpsons.
No matter your age, identity, sexuality, etc., cartoons are meant to represent all people for one.
With the idea of cartoons and creativity, it always gives me an amazing imagination, just like it gives you an imagination. And let's just say with the merch, it does help me tell me, what am I gonna do today? From my bedroom, this is Natalia Maldonado.
Too hot, too cold. The weather temperature changes so drastically here in New York, it seems that we do not get all full 4 seasons. Whether it's global warming or not, some prefer the hot temperatures and some like the cold. More on this story is Stephanie Lankhorst.
It's November and the cold weather has finally arrived. While some like the cold, which brings with it the holiday season in New York, others prefer the warmer temperatures.
Feel pretty good, I personally find the cold a lot more tolerable than the hot, personally.
kind of have a bias. I'm a December baby. You know, I was born in December, so, you know, birthday, Christmas, as well as, you know, snow is just something that I always found just beautiful and divine to look at, too.
I like the winter time with the holiday season, and I like waking up every morning and having it be cold outside and having to put warmer clothes on.
Back in the previous century, our professors were telling us all about global warming. Then Al Gore came and started talking about global warming. He's not even a scientist, but he was someone that was appealing to the general public, so then the word got out. Now we're in this new century, and we're finally getting it, that there is global warming and these are the effects, and we need to do something soon to prevent it.
Global warming has affected the amount of hurricanes and tropical storms we get each year, as well as the unfortunate melting of the ice caps. So.
The scientists were boring. People don't really listen to us. We get someone magnetic like Al Gore, and now there's a young girl from Australia talking about global warming. Her name escapes me, but she's very young, like 19, 20 years of age, so she's definitely getting the word out to the young people.
Supposed to be hot, it's cold, or like last week it was hot and this week it's freezing, so it's just kind of like, this is why everyone gets sick, you know. It's just the temperatures keep going back and forth from one day to the next, so I definitely think that it has to do with global warming.
So there you have it, an opinion for all seasons. For Mercy College News, this is Stephanie Lankhorst.
Women's basketball at Mercy College has finally started, and their main goal is getting to the East Coast Conference Championship by the end of the season. Coach Scott Lagis is looking optimistic about the team's chances. More on this story is Stephanie Lankhorst.
After weeks of practices and conditioning, the season has officially started for the women's basketball team at Mercy College. Fifth-year coach Scott Lagis is ready to take his team to the ECC Championship and has been preparing his players for upcoming season.
So we've been preparing by doing preseason work, conditioning on the field. We're working on our basic basketball structure and weight training.
We've been preparing for the season by just, I guess, being really competitive in practice. We literally go at each other every day, and we just make sure like it's a competitive nature so that when we go out and play other schools, like it's pretty much it's just like an off day for us.
Senior Katie Wall has been chosen preseason player of the year, and that is just one way of showing how far the Mavericks have come.
It feels good. I mean, I couldn't do without this team. We've been working so hard this preseason, so I'm just excited to show November 11th.
You know, Katie has put in a lot of work. She's worked really hard, and as a matter of fact, I texted her yesterday that when her and her mom were sitting in my office when she was a senior, I told her that this might be a possibility if she was to come here. And, you know, she's definitely moved towards that goal, so it was very satisfying.
Every player is excited to be playing games and is looking forward to being able to show what they have in store.
I think we're going to show you that we got placed fourth actually in like preseason rankings, but I think we're going to show you that this year is like our year, like we established ourselves last year, and I think this year is going to be like the year we take it all the way.
What I'm most excited for is last year we put our name on the map, but this year we have so much more to prove. We got ranked fourth, but I can't wait to show the league what we can do.
I think that we're going to take the next step. We won more games last year than we had in a very long time, and I think that our goal this year is to be playing in the last weekend at the conference semifinals, and I think that we're going to be entertaining. We're going to be fun to watch. We're going to play with a lot of enthusiasm, and yeah, I think entertaining is the big word.
As our first game is getting closer and closer, the women's basketball team at Mercy is excited to show off their skills and take the championship home at the end of the season. This is Stephanie Lankhorst reporting for Mercy College News.
That's it for this roundup. I'm Yadira Barrios. Have a good night. Damn.